What's up, cyberspace cadets? That's right, IRATE Prostate. It's Thursday night time for some hot takes. Hope you enjoyed that Kansas there. Icarus, Born on Wings of Steel is a classic song. I climbed the mountains of the sky, and I ain't coming down no more. All right, Brian, what's up, brother?
What up? What up, fam?
Just tripping each other up, man. Just sitting here, just goofing off.
Yeah.
Goofing off and having fun, because we're going to talk about this movie.
Where all my people's at?
Holy fuck, Brian.
What is this?
This is
what?
Yes, I know. We
Huh?
people are starting to scooch in.
Get in here, assholes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just the way I talk to our fan base. I just
There we go.
tell them what to do.
God bless you, Tim.
What,
It's good
what
to
up,
see
Tarbucks?
you. You will remain wrenchless.
Wrenchless lives matter. Give this man a wrench. What
Fuck
are you
that.
doing?
No.
What? Why
No,
not
we have
Tim
an agreement.
Tarbucks?
Tim and our friends.
Oh.
He doesn't want the
Okay.
wrench, dude. That's what the whole point is. He doesn't want it.
Okay.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Can you guys
Yes,
see my comments?
absolutely.
Yes,
Tim.
we
Hey,
can.
girl, what you doing? I was typing something to you and I forgot to hit send.
Yeah, you're not. Don't worry, you're not blocked here. I don't think IRATE blocks people.
I don't know. No, well, yeah, I did one night. I did one night. I know it's ever. Oh fuck! And what was that? I can't remember. It was somebody else.
Oh man.
Just like I was just sick of hearing Uzi bitch about it. I can't believe I just said.
So you're gonna get in trouble.
Oh, she don't listen to these fucking things anyway. Fuck her. All right, well, all right. So we're talking about this movie called Hereditary. Smart, very first film by this dude named Ari Aster. He's Greek. I don't know if you knew this, but Aster means star in Greek.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I figured.
Well, a star is born.
Exactly.
Kinda.
Dude, this guy knows what he's doing. He's written and directed a very smart and fucking just layered movie. I've seen this thing 4 times now, and every time I watch it, I see something different, some form of foreshadowing that I had missed before. Oh my God, it's just the levels. It's just really a great film to just jump in the middle of.
Okay.
All right.
So, do you want to go through all of the main characters first?
Yeah,
or?
let's do that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Because this is a really smartly acted movie by I really like these small ensemble cast kind of ideas, and doing a whole lot with it, and providing that big vista at times. Really had a way of contrasting, the size of the family to, I don't know, it's just some really nice stuff. But the main character, one of the main characters is the son, played by Alex Wolff. He is a pothead. He just, he's your average teenage kid, man. And he's got a sister, played by Millie Shapiro, who did a fantastic job. As an odd little child, this character is great. Gabriel Byrne, on top of that, he plays the father of the group. And this lady you'll probably recognize, Ann Dowd, from like, what's that? Handmaid's Tale. She played one of the main characters on that.
Yes, Handmaid. Yeah.
Right, and out, and then of course the glue of this whole fucking movie is Toni Collette, who's a brilliant. I mean, she's just at the top of her game acting wise, and this is her in a character. I just love that shot right there. It should be up and now. You see it, Brian?
Yeah. Yep. I see it. Yeah. Toni Collette did a great job in this.
And she, she's still hot too. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean she's acceptable for the age. I wouldn't exactly call her hot.
Yeah, I think they were. Yeah, I think her makeup was a little, kind of deceiving. I think she to make her look a little bit older than she actually was.
Yeah, but I mean she is supposed to look like the mom.
Right?
Know?
Yeah, exactly. No.
You have an HP bar now on your streams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it what it like? What does the 4,800 represent?
Those are just points that everybody gets, right? And if you bet against it, you slay other people's points, and you get points by So it encourages you to spend money, throw some at fucking IRATE.
To kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough.
Hey,
yes.
man, I don't know. I just had these two guys get in an argument about not being able to fucking play stream ball, so I'm like, fuck. So I might as well install that.
You heard it here first. Yeah, you heard it here first. Go ahead and kill IRATE.
So, all right. So what I loved about this was the way that the first shot pans around this room of this models of these miniatures the wife makes, and then it slowly pulls into this room where the dad opens the door and comes in with the suit to lay it on the guy's bed because they need to go to a funeral.
Yes. Their grandmother's funeral.
Yeah. And
poor dear old granny.
You know what I really liked about this movie, Brian?
Tell me, what did you really like about it?
It was smartly presented, like a like a normal family, like a snapshot of your normal family, except when you start looking closer, and there's some subtle comedy there, especially during the funeral part. Right, and but as we get closer, and we see, just like just like her and her relationship with her little buildings and shit, and her obviously she was, recreating, significant moments in her life, around her probably her neuroses or shit. She's pretty fucking neurotic. You got to admit that the mom is pretty crazy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. OCD status.
And then the kid, the girl, she looks weird. You know what it is? She looks Russian. She looks like...
I don't know. That looks like a disability to me.
Maybe.
Yeah, that looks like a cleft palate and facial reconstruction.
Really? I don't know.
And you know what, though? I gotta say that the casting on this one
oh my God,
did make the movie.
Absolutely.
She was perfect,
Yeah, and she played the part perfectly. Those just that really weird, idiosyncratic, artsy kid.
Yeah. Oh God, that was
dude, man,
nice and creepy.
No shit. If you got that to 5.1 and shit. Oh, Bubba, it's fucked up. You hear it right behind you at one point, and it's like, holy goddamn.
The only thing, okay, so this has nothing to do with the movie, but the only thing that ruined it for me was I was watching it with my family, and my girlfriend goes, "Do you know the way?" And I was like, "Oh God damn it!
Fuck.
This is supposed to be a creepy movie. Chill."
No shit.
Oh, you've got this part.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the girl cutting off the bird's head, the bird that crashes into the window in the class. And she goes down, she cuts his head off, and then she looks across the street, and there's just bits waving at her. And I'm like, what the fuck, And
she just takes it and puts it in her pocket.
Yeah, and the mom decides to go to this meeting. It's like a support group for, I guess, recently, deceased family members or some shit, right? And I mean, and she starts unloading her pathology on everybody. When she says, "Well, I don't know if I want to share," as soon as she starts talking, she can't shut up, right?
Oh yeah.
But
everything just seeps out of her. All the sadness, the fact that her mother's weird. The thing is that I feel like the mom in this story knew a lot more than she let on to, obviously, and she doomed the rest of her family by not saying anything about anything.
and letting her mother at the daughter,
Mm-hmm.
instead of like what she did with the son. See, the son would have been he was destined to be it anyway, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if we need to talk about. What do you think, man?
I think we should, but obviously near the end we're gonna talk about this because
The brother is a big pothead. That's a part of his character.
yeah.
And he gets invited to this party by the cute chick in school, and the mom makes him take his sister.
Oh, there's him with a bong. That's a roar. I recognize that one.
Yeah. and so she eats something with nuts in it. They kind of let us know she's allergic to nuts. Very smart. Every way this shit unfolds is just very smart to me. And and she can't breathe, and of course he runs her to the car, and he's taking her to the emergency room. And what's so cool is that this is a 2 hour, 9-minute movie that doesn't feel like it's a 2 hour movie. The way the pacing is just perfect for this thing. So a really bad accident happens, and the sister ends up dead.
Oh, whoa! Let's not let it off so lightly here. What happens is that the sister is in the back of the seat strangling to death from eating nuts.
Right.
And she's having an allergic reaction. And he's trying to get there as quick as possible, trying to get to the hospital. She leans her head out the window, and it gets taken off by a pole.
Yeah, because he swears to miss a dog that was laying on the road. And because he did that, the pole hit her head and knocked it clean the fuck off.
Yep. Which reminds me of a porn star that just recently died, but that's you didn't. I forget what her name is, but she was doing. I want to say she was using Periscope and live streaming, and she leans her head out of the car as far as she can,
that's right,
and gets her head staved in by a light pole.
Oh, Bubba.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that just gotta hurt, don't it?
Yeah. Oof.
All right. Something I wanted to say, and I don't know if I said this. All right. So this is all right. I had written down, that this is a horror film disguised as a family tragedy film, and the title of the movie is Hereditary, and so what are we starting to look at? Starts to look like maybe the mother going crazy.
See, I kind of disagree there with you. I think this was a suspense film disguised as a horror film.
Maybe. Okay. It's kind of like skating that. You know what I'm saying? It's right on the edge of both. You're right.
Well, and so the way this was billed to me was as a horror film. Mm-hmm. When I think horror, I think Friday the 13th. I think Pumpkinhead, or even. The Void is ideally what I think when I think horror. There's gonna be some suspense in horror, but the entire movie is suspense. There's a lot of foreshadowing, like you were saying, a lot of hidden meanings, subtlety to what is being said in the film.
Right, and what the actual fucking, where the movie is actually going as to where you think it's going.
Exactly.
Right.
And I think that really added to the fact that this was more so a suspense film for me. So also one of the great things about this, like I said, the casting was great, but also the ambiance of the film, the music, the angles taken, the tone of the frames, the darkness that they used rather than having it be bright.
Yes.
It was great. The directing was great on this.
It was meticulous. That's the word I would use. I would use meticulous in the direction. Just a very careful hand. It's almost like putting, like on a putting green or something. You just got to have a light touch, and man, the dude's got it. I mean, shit. Every shot was like fucking beautiful, compositionally. I was just like going, holy fuck, and I was realizing this the third time I saw the movie, right? Because there's a couple of like what we just talked about, the narrative, right? Details that you probably miss the first time you see it.
We got a question in the chat. What are Stephen King movies, horror or suspense? Well, that depends on what movie we're talking about. If we're talking about... Yeah, The Mist was flat out horror. It had suspense in it, but that was horror. You see the monsters like right off the bat in the movie, and they are something to be feared the entire time. And this, the reason I call it suspense is because, the whole movie, you don't really exactly know what's going on. You get the idea that it's something creepy, that something weird is happening. A little girl cutting off pigeon heads is not really normal. Her getting her head ripped off is weird, but could be an accident, could have been on purpose. Could be an accident, could have been on purpose. You don't know.
Yeah, but there's obviously significance with beheadings on this thing.
Oh yeah,
because
throughout there's an overtone of it. Yeah,
exactly, man. And if you'll notice, there's a scene where there's like, it looks like this little wooden like mock-up of a person, right? I think that's her head on top of it. Because I was I was cutting this thing for these slides, and I was looking at that frame, and I'm going, holy shit, that's her head, man. I mean, it was just some of those shots though were like, all right, like the scene where Toni Collette goes up into the house, the little treehouse thing. Right, the last time she goes up into it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. I was going, holy shit. It was just like, it was the horror. See, the horror to me was like the horror from like Wicker Man, right? Where you realize that none of this shit is accident, right? None of this shit is random. And nothing that happens in this movie is by accident.
But I don't really want to compare this to Wicker Man, because Wicker Man was super predictable, whether or not you had seen the previous iterations of it, and it wasn't good. It was just Nicolas Cage running around going, "Where are they? Where are all the men? Where are they? Oh my God, there's no men here!"
No, not that one, man. The fucking original with Christopher Lee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, God, fuck that shit. That movie made me vomit. It literally did.
Terrible.
Oh, it was horrible. Why did you bring that up, man?
Well, because that's what I think. That's my generation's
version. Oh, that's right. Movie. I'm a boomer. I forgot. I'm old.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So I was kind of like trying to talk about like the movie. It looks at first to me, it looked a little like we're watching a descent into madness. And this is what this shit's all about, because she talks about her mother and her, history of weirdness and neuroses, bizarre, just behavior. And I'm thinking more than, all right, so it's hereditary. The mom is crazy. The daughter's crazy, and it's in the family, right?
Yeah.
And I loved it when the fucking thing just kicked me in the fucking head.
Well, yeah, because it makes you feel like the entire time that it really is the mom that's just crazy,
right? But she's so realistic in her reaction to shit. Like when she's like on her hands and knees rocking back and forth when she finds out that the daughter's dead and shit. I mean, my God, that was just some deep, like guttural, fucking primal scream type shit she was doing there. And that's Colette, man. That bitch is just a brilliant actor.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree.
I just I was just blown away by, it's the more I watch it, the more I go, holy shit, this is just really a special fucking thing, man. Just if you look at these shots, I mean, each frame is a shot, dude. That's what's amazing. It's compositionally sound. It's crazy, man. The dude has got an eye.
Well, and you know, as you're going through these, you can see that all of them are relatively dark. Like I said,
Right.
all of the shots are intentionally dark. Nothing about this movie is bright. It's not a noir, but not in black and white with high phonics colors. You know,
Right.
like Altered Carbon, for instance, which is supposed to be kind of a noir, but ended up being cyberpunk-ish.
You know what's interesting, man, is that
What's up?
I was going to, well, see, in the 80s, there was a movie that came out that was like supernatural noirish called Angel Heart with
Yeah.
Mickey Rourke and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, in the 90s, there was a supernatural, or sorry, 2000s, there was a supernatural noir called Angel.
Yeah.
You don't know what that is, do you?
Are you talking about the Joss Whedon Angel?
Yes,
Okay,
yes, I
yeah,
am.
Okay, yeah, I know, I know Angel, dude.
You were a fan, eh?
I watched the first year of it. I like Cordelia. I'll be honest.
Don't lie.
There's
Don't
still
lie.
fat to
Watch
that
the
bitch.
whole thing.
I like her.
Yeah, of course, she's hot as shit.
She is hot, man.
That was half the reason to watch the show, the boobies.
But like, what I was going to say though is that the frames, when I was looking at the shots, you know, that I had gathered,
Yeah.
I started thinking, man, this kind of looks like if Kubrick and Polanski had a baby, it might look like this with a hint of Hitchcock. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I could see that. I don't know, maybe not the hint of Hitchcock, because Hitchcock did a lot. Look, the subtlety was good, but Hitchcock is
He's
just
sublime. You're
better.
right, dude.
Yeah, he's better.
Yeah. Well, you know, this is dude's first movie.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Hitchcock's first movie. You know what I'm saying? That's something,
Oh, of course.
That's something to think about. You know?
Wasn't Hitchcock's first movie Birds?
No, God, no. He was making movies like the 39 Steps. His head from like the 30s. You know, he's been making
Fair
movies
enough.
since the 30s, late 30s, I think. Yo, TM Ryder, set us straight, dude.
Actually, you do have a request in chat here. Bullwinkle asked you to say loyalty. Like that, you know, nice and gruff.
Loyalty.
There we go. Oh! 1,000 points! You've been hit for 1,000 points with the loyalty.
Bullwinkle, just thank you, man, for the $5. Trust me, I will need it.
And now you have a sound clip.
Oh no shit! That's
not
going to come back to me, man.
Yeah. I don't know what Dutch sounds like. Does he have a higher pitched voice, or is just his IRATE's normal voice?
Well, see, there's Dutch. There's Dutch. You know, get through the chopper. That Dutch from fucking
No. He's talking
Predator.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
I ain't seen it. Does he sound like this? Loyalty. Is that the way you want to hear me say it? Loyalty, son. You gotta learn about loyalty, boy.
Exactly. But yeah, so, you know, the actress that you see in the frames right now with the mother, I'm trying to remember her name.
Ann Dowd. That's Ann Dowd.
Ann Dowd.
Yeah.
She was in the show Leftovers.
Yeah, and she
have
was
you seen
also
that?
yeah, she's in The Leftovers, and she's in that the Handmaid's Tale. I think her character actually got killed this year, but yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. She kind of gets killed no matter where she's at.
Dude, she's just one of those actors, man.
But so seeing her prior work and seeing her in this, she did an outstanding job.
Holy shit!
Every time she's in something. When it was in Leftovers, where she played the cult, like essentially a cult leader who wore white and didn't talk and smoked all the time, it's very hard to portray somebody who doesn't talk and still manage to be obnoxious, right? Because that's what her character was supposed to be. And yet, she walked around with a scowl and this look of disgust on her face like you weren't human to her. And she did a spectacular job. And in that show, when she was eventually able to talk, it was the cop character, the main character in the show, that had kidnapped her, tied her up, and she was telling him to kill her, like taunting him. Do it just like my husband beat me, stab me to death, right? And he doesn't do it. So she breaks out of the she's like tied up. She breaks out, shatters a mirror, and stabs herself in the throat with a piece of glass and bleeds out on the floor. And it's like, whoa! But the acting, the whole thing, it was realistic, it was believable. We've got Bullwinkle in the chat. Hitchcock's first movie was 1925, Pleasure Garden, or The Pleasure Garden.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. I don't know all of Hitchcock's work that well. Mostly his famous stuff.
Yeah, his like sweet spot was like between 1957 and 63, 64.
Really?
Yeah. That's his sweet spot, I would say. Psycho, The Birds, Marnie, Vertigo, Rear Window, all those movies. That little cluster right there, man. Yeah, he was on it.
Did he do The Tower as well? Not The Dark Tower, but The Tower.
The Tower? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll
have to look it up.
Yeah.
But anyway, first profitable movie was 1927. Well, that's pretty awesome considering that's like near the birth of the era of film.
Right. Yeah, it was right after, right? It's like right when, sound started coming into movies right about this point.
Yeah.
It was experimental, and then so he probably cut his teeth, silent movie, and then after that, as they say, cut his teeth. Man.
Have you done? We've got Carl de Groza.
De Groza.
No. Look, you need to understand something about Carl. Carl is a 7'8" man. Carl is a 7'8" man who swings an axe and cuts trees in one fell swoop.
I know their last name now. Thanks, OBS. Little fuck up there. I don't know, man. This movie is worth seeing, and it's worth seeing, in my opinion, like more than one time. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah. I would totally recommend that people watch this movie. It was suspenseful, like very, very suspenseful. A lot of the scary stuff happens 2/3 of the way through, but it's not like one of those movies where you're like, oh, okay, well, nothing happened, and then everything happens. It's a lot of things that are really, really just creepy and fucking weird happen throughout the movie, and at the end, it just goes fucking apeshit.
Right, and you don't know if it's messing with your head either, right?
Yeah.
It's like, is this insanity? It's like, that's what my brain kept going back to. It's like, and then, it's like when the dude's running through the house and he sees all these, like, look, if you're running through a house, you say naked people, you need to fucking leave.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
That's true.
You just see just random naked people standing around in your house, get the fuck out. Because they have no good intentions. I'm just saying. All right, so Brian, great.
Bad drug didn't orgy.
What?
I said that, or you got drugged in an orgy. I'm just saying. Hey, what were you saying though?
A painful rectal itch. Um, you want to give your final comments and give it a grade?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm giving this one a 7.5 out of 10, and I know some people are gonna be like, "Well, this is better than that."
Yeah.
The movie itself was good. The directing was good. The acting was good. The ambiance was good. The storyline could have used a tad bit more explaining, and that's just it was just the writing, really, and that slowed it down for me a lot. The movie was, I would say, could have taken a couple of lessons in pacing. It needed to be sped up just a little bit, not much,
Right.
just a little bit, but it was. While it was all the little things that made the movie good, it was also all the little things that made the movie not the best suspense horror that I've seen. So I had, I thought that, like I said, all the actors were great, especially the daughter. The daughter did a great job.
Man.
But
Tony
there
Collette.
were some.
Go
ahead.
No, keep going, dude. I'm sorry.
There were some parts where I was just like, okay, well, this either needs to be sped up or explained a little more, or, for instance, I would have liked to hear a little more about her mother's, weird cult thing. That would have been nice, just to get a little more backstory on it.
Well, I think you get all that at the very end.
Yeah, but you don't really get a ton of backstory on it. You just get kind of like a little glance, and they don't tell you why she had to choose why she had originally chosen the son, and then why she chose the daughter. You don't know. You don't really get too much into that. So I gotta say,
all right, so there were two possessions that were going on.
yes, yeah. I do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what a lot of people didn't understand, that Toni Collette's character gets a passenger.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's two really cool scenes where you see that's obvious.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's her reaction, then this other weird face is like, holy shit, she's just so good, man. I'm gonna grade this higher. It's just I'd say I recommend anybody see this movie. It's a fast 2 hours. The pacing's great. It feels like a family tragedy. It feels like a believable bunch of people in a fucking extraordinarily strange situation. And then it gets weird, right? And
Yeah.
And the way and I love the way that it's just photographed beautifully. It's you could tell that he was really focused on making a visually beautiful movie. And it may just be his gut, because it just looked so it just looked great to me, and it didn't lose my attention at all. I can do like 3 or 4 different things at the same time, but if a movie gets me to put shit up and focus on it, it's done its job, and this does it every time it's on.
Yeah.
That Starship Troopers does that for me too.
Starship Troopers is awesome for many
movie,
other
dude.
reasons. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So you gave it a what out of 10?
I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. I'm saying go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You want look? I love shit that fucks with my head and makes me go, holy shit! I could have never thought of that. And I could have probably thought of some of this, but not put it together. I was just really impressed. And once again, like Toni Collette and the little girl, sold the whole fucking thing to me. Because the way she reacts to like when she sees that fucking Ouija board shit go on, man, and she's like almost vomiting, you know, and her visceral reaction to that thing, it was just freaking her out so bad. I was like, holy shit, that looks so believable. She is just a class A talent. So I don't know. I like this Ari Aster guy. I hope he can not end up with a big fucking Hollywood dick in his mouth, and actually make some good movies. Dude, don't sell your soul, you know, because I like this guy's art. I think he's one of those that he can. I really think that he's got the possibility to be another Hitchcock. I don't know, man. You know, I'm going to be dead probably by the time the body of his work is complete. You know, but I don't know. I really like this. Not even it's a freshman effort on this guy. So,
yeah.
So
it was definitely a really great movie for his first movie,
yeah.
And I think that, like I said, it had nothing for me. The lower rating had nothing to do with the director. It had nothing to do with the the cast or the ambiance. All that was great. It was a little bit of pacing, which I mean, I guess is partially on the director, but also, you know, you've got other people there to tell you, hey, this is slow pace, and it doesn't seem like anyone. There were just a couple of parts where I would like speed it up a little bit,
right.
And then go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And then basically I would have, I think that I would have explained it a little more. Like you have all this time that you can explain it. Have somebody narrate in the background. You know, maybe the main character that played the mom, have her narrate and do maybe a story or something about what is exactly going on. I get that they're trying to be subtle, but too much subtlety is a thing.
Yeah. Well, but see, that's her. Instead of her being a writer, she's a fucking miniature artist, right? And so she's telling us the story, dude. It's just in her way.
I guess. I mean, it doesn't. There wasn't enough there.
But you totally get how that's all a metaphor for us and the relationship to the film, right?
Obviously, yes.
You know, and so I mean, I love that kind of shit. We can have all these different like levels of fucking conversations about it. You know, you can just go on this thing as a superficial, you know, just as a story, right?
Well, I mean, it's literally why the treehouse was through the window and next to the model house.
Right, it's the first thing you see is that treehouse, and then it pans over, boom, and then you go deeper, and then all of a sudden it's a real room. I was like, that was seamless. I really love that shot, man. It was really beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna jack off all day long about this if I want to, but probably not. So next week, Brian and I have agreed we're gonna go out to the movies. We're gonna go watch Glass. Does anybody know about Glass?
Yeah.
Glass.
It is the third film after Split. And the first film in the trilogy being Broken. Unbreakable. Sorry, Unbreakable, yes. Not Broken.
That's the nearest Stormborn.
That's the opposite, yeah. But I thought Unbreakable was great. I still have yet to see Split, and so I'll be watching both of them.
Oh, dude. Well, fuck. I'll watch Split with you if you want to make that happen
for sure.
Next couple of days. Because it would be good to be caught up on that and to have it fresh in my mind when I go into it. But yeah, I'm very excited about this movie. And if it's a piece of shit, it's a piece of shit. I'll still see it. I'll sit through it because I'm invested in the fucking story now.
Yeah.
You know, Unbreakable had me, man. I thought that was genius.
Well, yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, other than Pulp Fiction, Unbreakable is like Samuel L. Jackson's best role.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, all the other... he's got plenty of other good work, but in acting somewhat serious, you know?
Oh, dude.
Pulp Fiction and Unbreakable were great.
Yeah.
I also thought that like he had great, like Snakes on a Plane was fucking hilarious, but it was just a comedy, you know. It's not his best work.
Well, and then there was the great Hateful Eight and Django.
I have not seen Hateful Eight yet.
Oh,
Django was good. Django was good, but he wasn't super serious.
Dude, you will hear the N word about 6,000 times. Just saying, get used to it. Yeah, because that's a great movie too. Maybe we ought to talk about pick out 5 movies, all from different genres and shit, and you talk about 5, I'll talk about 5, and we kind of if you've seen it, chime in, talk, what do you think about that? I'm just shooting ideas here, You're like, yeah, he's on it, man. Nepotism, indeed. But yeah, man. So next week we'll be talking about Glass. There's also Godzilla Part 3's out.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm not watching that. I'm sorry. I'd rather watch Baki as the anime.
Yeah, you want to go Baki?
Hey, no. Look, if we're gonna watch an anime, I'm just gonna say everyone has no. If we're gonna watch an anime, because everyone has recommended this to me, Claymore. Okay. That is apparently a great anime. So if we're gonna do that, maybe 2 weeks from now, then I would really recommend that.
All right, well, let's do that then. All right, so we'll do Claymore. I'll get in touch with Pat and set it up, and we'll do it then. But next week, we're going to see Glass.
Thug Life.
Glass.
Yeah.
Brian says Thug Life.
Yeah, we're going to do Glass, Thug Life.
That's right. Dab on the haters. People.
Uh-huh.
We're done. Sorry about the little fuck up in between, but thanks for everybody for coming and hanging.
As your robot.
Yeah.